welcome to this class. So we're going to paint a lavender field. So I painted I have these test pieces and I painted the sky differently. So here I painted the sky completely just wet on wet. I stayed away from like the clouds, right? So I first started working on applying the blue shade for the sky and then stayed away from the clouds, and later on I added shadows for the clouds. The first part is to wet the sky portion of the background here. So this is a rough watercolor paper. So whenever I paint on a rough watercolor paper, I know that my paint will spread faster. So you kind of want to choose a paper knowing like what to expect, so then you can kind of prepare yourself mentally what's going to happen. So I know that in this case the paint will spread faster, so I have to be very careful how I wet it. I'm painting the sky colors, the blue first. This is my phthalo blue. I'm actually grabbing like a half and half like ratio because I want to have more control. And again, this paper, this is a rough watercolor paper, so it's going to be different if you're painting on a cold press. You might want to actually have milk like ratio, but I have a rough watercolor paper. I know the paint will spread much faster, so I need to adjust the ratio. Now I do want to make the top a little darker, so this is my phthalo blue with quinacridone red, and I'm adding it from the top, because then we have like clouds in between, basically like the other clouds. So might as well just add some more here. This is how you're creating clouds. This is more, what I have now on my brush feels more like a between half and half and heavy cream. So it's very different. Again, because this is a rough watercolor paper, I want to have control. I don't want the paint to spread too much. It is spreading anyway. I am going to start with this blend. This is my quinacridone red heavy cream. Too much water here. And then my yellow. Try not to overly mix these colors. And then you grab this blue violet, which is yellow and red and blue. Simple like this, but it's not blue enough. There you go. But I want this to be lighter, okay? I forgot. So quinacridone red, yellow, and a little bit of blue. And I'm just going for these clouds. So I'm going with like a lighter shade at first, and then I'm gonna add all these darks. Try not to fill all these spaces, like where you like see all these clouds where we see like, but they're basically everywhere, like the shadows, but we don't want to place it everywhere. You want to look for the areas. I'm grabbing a little more of the blue this time. So try not to get trapped like in this like moment of trying to match a cloud to a cloud. It's not that important. It's just the colors, the composition, the colors, like it's light and shadows. That's the most important. And then you can work on the composition overall. So this has to dry a little bit, so I can start working on the lavender. I wetted it up to here, so I just need to wait probably 20 minutes so everything is 100% dry, and so I can start working on the lavender field. We're gonna wet it and then start with yellow undertones. First things first is to wet the paper. This is my flat 40 brush. So Raczynska same brush basically that I was using earlier. And then I'm going a little over. This is my flat 24, Raczynska, and I'm gonna grab the Raczynska, ISO yellow, imidazzalon yellow. Where do I want to show that? First of all, there's the path, right? So there's our path, and then I see like a little bit of yellow popping through. This is milk-like ratio. Milk-like ratio. So the ratio between water and paint. So sometimes I would say like start with a water-like ratio. Definitely here, maybe some burnt sienna right away on each side of this path. Maybe more. Just some burnt sienna. This the right side here, this is like a cream top almost, what I just grabbed. So ochre, bright rose, bright violet, and shaping my rose. So rose here, there's a row here of these flowers, and then here. So now I'm starting to grab my cobalt blue. A little more water. I didn't dilute it enough. with the water. So cobalt blue with the pinks. Doesn't matter really which pinks, as long as you're grabbing that. If things become too muddy, you feel like there's no clean blue violet that you're creating. Like right now, this has become too muddy. I have to clean my brush. I just have to clean my brush. More of that cobalt blue. It's okay if I just grab cobalt blue too. The pinks as well. More of it. Quick strokes. So let's start actually working on the green patches. How about some yellow and sap green? Where do you see the green popping through? Definitely this row here. You can even add some blue to it. And remember about the perspective, how everything becomes more narrow as you go toward the horizon line. This is cream top-like ratio between water and paint. So no longer like milk-like ratio or even half and half. It has to be thick paint. Otherwise things will spread too much. You can also wait like a minute or two till everything settles, because right now everything is very wet. It is, again, I'm painting on a rough watercolor paper, so I have a little less control. To make things darker, you want to create that shadowy color. So, for example, you can grab quinacridone red with sap green and phthalo blue, because when you mix red with the green, you create a shade of brown, and to make it darker, you just need to add some blue to it. So I'm going to grab more blue. But here's the shadows, and you can see how it creates like a contrast right away, like the darks, right? We need the darks. So here's the row. So just a little bit, go slow with the darks, just so you can feel it out. Don't want to go too dark. But we do have like this dark row here, right? So just with the tip of your brush. So this is my burnt sienna, Van Dyke brown. You don't have to again use these colors, because you can simply create a shade of brown by mixing red with the green together. I just want a little bit here. Cream top-like ratio between water and paint. If it feels too wet, then just wait a minute. Just wait 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, till it settles a bit. So with a cream top, you're just going downwards. Just whatever you want to create, like the more like individual ones. I keep grabbing more of the reds, but here's my more of the cobalt blue. So patches, right? And not too far. I'd say like only in the foreground. You would grab creamy paint. This is sap green. There's some Van Dyke brown. We can change the ratio of that, so more of sap green or more Van Dyke brown. And you're gonna go like right on top where you wet it actually. Well, I'm going along the sketch line, but you can see like the top is hard edge. The bottom is probably gonna bleed toward the lavender, and that's what I want. You can grab more of green, maybe some even blue. And very quick. Again, it's kind of like dry brushing. Some brown here. Maybe more of the green. So you create like a hard edge on the top. And it's very quick. So you let some paint to bleed toward the lavender, right? Let's say I want some more darks. So Van Dyke brown, some phthalo blue. And let's say I want to recreate some of the trees in the background. So I do want to change the shades. I don't want this to be just like a sap green. So with the tip of your brush, you go above that and connect it with the green layer that you just placed there. Maybe some buildings or something, and then some posts, whatever we see there. Very quick strokes. You're showing something that's in the distance. It's not important to paint every window, for example, in the building. Like, it's not. It's just about like little dots. So something like that. All right. I hope you enjoyed this class, and just please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much.